Welcome back to the 100 spin test. In today's episode, number 108, we dive back into the murky waters of roulette strategies, where promises of guaranteed wins blow up faster than it takes Wile E. Coyote to get an order from Acme. Ever wondered if these so-called foolproof strategies can survive the chaos of real-world distractions and cognitive biases? Well, you're in the right place. So, let's find out. Today's test is unnamed, so I called it another ScouseHouseRoulette joint. I lost interest in the channel before writing this test, so today's video never got created or published. I'm still feeling blasé about gambling, but I wanted to keep a promise to David. Just an aside, I found my videos on a Russian YouTube clone. I should be flattered that my work is worthy of theft, but I just hope that the Ukrainians take the scumbags out for being contemptible bastards. To see what we're in for today, I ran this bet through my self-tester 20 times. 8 tests came out as net winners. While I don't think that placement matters, David spread out large groups of winning numbers with small gaps between the groups. Will it work? Who knows? Science awaits. Today's high-coverage test will be run on a European table. There are 28 winning numbers out of a possible 37, giving you a 76% chance of winning on each spin. The green zero hoovers a 2.7% cut on every bet, so our expected loss is about 76 units. To simplify things for analysis and scaling, I've set the unit size to 1 simoleon. Place a unit on 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. You will win 8 units if the ball hits one of those previously mentioned numbers, and you lose your 28 units if the ball lands on 0, 4, 5, 8, 14, 21, 29, 30, or 31. As you can see, the roulette wheel is just one of many tools featured on the dashboard in this video to track the performance of this strategy as it unfolds. The dashboard provides win-loss records, streak data, and a detailed spin history, along with visualizations of key distributions such as individual numbers, colors, odd and even outcomes, high and low numbers, columns, and dozens. These visualizations are included to ensure transparency, allowing you to assess whether the test data is reasonable and free from bias. For more details about this video and a complete archive of all previous videos, check out the links in the description below. Now let's speed things up and watch the progress. I'll be back at the end to summarize. We came out ahead on this one, but nevertheless, the test was in the red the majority of the time. It's just a further reminder to think critically when folks present a strategy as a winner. It's easy to deceive by calling a strategy a success if the player stops when they are ahead because they cherry-pick favorable data. I try to counter this bias by running the same number of spins in each test so you see their ups and downs. This method is also unrealistic, but it can at least give folks the ability to compare across strategies and instances. I analyzed the data using routine statistical tests, and here's what I found. On average, it took 1.3 spins to get a win, with a standard deviation of 0.5. That is to say that it is a low volatility bet. We only had 2 losing streaks and the longest losing streak was 3 in a row. It still could be devastating when the cost of a loss is 3.5 times the profit from a win. To emphasize a point made earlier, the test was profitable for just 19% of the session, but we got lucky that over 2/3 of those profitable spins occurred at the end of the test. When looking at the numbers themselves, it was rare that we had no repeater. The hot numbers, those that hit the most, were 5 and 15, each hitting 7 times, and 2, 3, 6, 17, and 19, each hitting 5 times. On the other hand, the cold numbers, that never hit were 0, 13, 20, and 23. There was one streak of 9 wins in a row, 2 of 8, 2 of 7, 1 of 6, 3 of 5, 2 of 3 and 5 streaks of 2 consecutive wins. There was one streak of 3 consecutive losses, and one streak of 2. Let's look at our rankings. We find another ScouseHouseRoulette joint at 36th out of 132 on raw winnings or losses, and 48th on percent increased or decreased. It was nice to report on a winning outcome. More detailed information about the data including hit counts, statistics, and streak information can be found in the spin data for this test. A link is in the description. Keep in mind that casinos are profit-driven businesses. They're not designed to make you rich, but to take as much from your wallet as you're willing to give. So, never accept gambling advice at face value. Test any strategy you plan to use with whatever tools you have available. Look closely at whether the data used in demonstrations has been selectively chosen to create a winning narrative. Dig deeper, read and understand as many critiques of the strategy as you can find. Be cautious of creators who discourage questions or criticism. That's a glaring red flag. Remember, you're not a hater for questioning their methodology or being skeptical. If critical comments are missing from their content, consider whether dissenting voices may have been silenced by deleting comments that expose flaws or deception. Finally, many strategies might appear to work temporarily. However, any strategy that doesn't hold up over time isn't reliable, it's just luck in disguise. Adjust your risk and loss tolerance accordingly. As always, approach gambling advice with caution and skepticism.
Good luck until the next time.